Morning, all. Food and sports blogger here, reporting live. It's great Monday, March 6th. If you're a New Yorker, you gotta be happy right now, man. As New York has 10 sports teams, and just about every sports team out there here in New York is making noise. Now, are we that championship caliber team? I don't know if we're ready to have that conversation just yet, but we're getting close. I want to talk briefly about the New York Knicks. I'm a huge Knicks fan, as I've said in previous streams. And I tell you right now, I don't think that 2021 was a fluke. When we lost to Atlanta, in the first round, we have a young core group of young players who are hungry, who are ready to win. Quigley, who's my favorite, Toppin. Of course, you have Randall, RJ, and of course, you got Jalen Brunson, the man of the hour, just doing his thing, and the list continues. Danny Grimes is another one. And I think that these young group of players are here to stay. And Quigley is clearly on top of that list. I think right now that the New York Knicks have made themselves that landing spot, that top destination, which we have not been for the last 15 to 20 years, to be quite honest with you, as long as we keep playing at the high level in which we're doing now. Knicks, I believe, have 17 games left for the regular season. And I really believe that we're going to finish out the season strong. With that being said, we are clearly the 5th seed. We are right behind Cleveland. And yes, we're no stranger to Cleveland. As of course, Donovan Mitchell, he's in Cleveland right now, but he doesn't really faze me. I think right now, with the way, how we're playing, I think that we'll make our way to the second round. I think that we're not that far away from the finals. I really do not. I can see this New York Knicks team, my New York Knicks, making the way to the finals in the next year or two, with the way how it's looking right now. I don't know who's on the free agent market, but we'll find out, in the off season. We'll find that out in short order, very, very soon, thank God. And as long as this New York Knicks team is fully healthy, once again, we'll make it a second round. I want to just remind everyone, I know it's Monday, but what the New York Knicks did last night in Beantown, in Boston. We took on the Boston Celtics with a strong team with Tatum and Marcus Smart, Horford, and all those guys over there in Beantown. We did not have Jalen Brunson last night. He had the night off. And guess what? Once again, we took it right to Boston. We beat them in double overtime, rightfully so, 131 to 129. Emmanuel Quigley, he should be the 6th man of the year. In my opinion, they should. And yes, the Knicks should to extend a lot of players right now. Emmanuel Quigley, who's my favorite, he's on top of that list. Without a question, man. Without question. The show that he put on last night. And we took down Boston without our star player and Jalen Brunson. Imagine what would happen if we had Brunson in that line. Imagine what will happen, God willing, next season and in seasons after that, when we have that elite free agent, when we have that superstar, if you will, here in New York. This New York Knicks team is back. It's great to be a Knicks fan. We have not won a championship since 1973. And I think we're close. And it's not just the Knicks. It's a lot of teams out there. The New York Rangers, New York soccer team. They've been knocking on that, as I call it, that Michigan door for a long period of time already. They're getting close as well. We'll see. They could do come playoff time. A lot of big hockey fans that I talk to are telling me right now that the playoff picture this year is just like it was last year as well. I like their chances. In football, the New York Rangers, the New York Giants, they're knocking on that Michigan door as well. Okay, and then of course, in baseball, which is obviously my favorite sport, which I have a crazy love obsession over. My New York Yankees. We need that left fielder in Brian Reynolds. The reason why Brian Reynolds did not come to the Yankees this offseason, of course, is because the asking price for Reynolds was way too high. The Pirates wanted Jason Dominguez, Volpe, and Peraza. Now, with regard to those 3 guys that I just went over, I'm sorry, but you did not give up all 3 of those guys. With that being said, I truly believe that the asking price for Brian Reynolds will go down sometime the All-Star break in July. I really do. I think that the asking price will go down, and I think that Brian Reynolds will find himself being a Yankee. He wants to be here. We want him. Now, look, as I said in previous streams, I'll say it now, and I'll say it until I'm red in the face. I love Oswaldo Cabrera, number 95. Where's Waldo in left? I love the guy. He has a high ceiling. But if you want to win championships, you have to supplement on both ends. And thus far, the Yankees have only supplemented on the defensive end in terms of their pitching with the acquisition of Carlos Rodon. And we'll speak more about Carlos Rodon in the upcoming streams here. You have to give credit when credit is due, and that goes to Houston Astros. They've supplemented on both ends. They signed Jose Abreu this offseason. They re-signed Michael Brantley. What have the Yankees done with regards to left field, situation? Not much. And until they can do that, we are not a World Series contender. But I truly feel that we will do that by the All-Star break. I think that this is the Yankees' year. It's been 14 years since we last won World Series. For that matter, with regards to New York sports as a whole, we have not won since 2011 when the Giants won the Super Bowl. It's been quite a while. It's over a decade. Come on. And, you want to talk now, about the New York Mets, over in Queens. You look at a lot of the Michigan drama that they've created, if you will, over the course of the offseason. You see their elite pitching staff with Scherzer, Verlander, Kodai Senga, from Japan. You extended Jeff McNeil. Starling Marte's in the mix. He's been there, for a while now. They're a team that's ready to win, too. They're hungry to win. So if you're a New Yorker like me, through and through, you got to be happy right now with where New York sports is going. They're going in the right direction. I truly feel it. And we are very, 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 very close to winning that next championship. Now let's talk a little bit more, about my Yankees, before we sign off, for today. I want to talk briefly about Aaron Hicks. Now, guys, look, Aaron Hicks has, I'm not sure exactly, I'd say maybe 3 to 4 more years left on that contract at least, possibly even 5. Therefore, for the Yankees to move Aaron Hicks is obviously going to be very, very difficult. Moving Aaron Hicks is not like moving IKF or moving Donaldson. It's a completely different story. You have to understand that. And I'll say this right now. As someone like me who loves this team, the New York Yankees through and through, I'll say it right now. I will, I know that a lot of Yankee fans don't want to hear me say this, but I will continue to support Aaron Hicks. I will continue to back Aaron Hicks as long as he's on this team. He was a guy that just a few years ago I had a lot of high hopes for. He's a guy that can hit you 25 to 30 homers on a yearly basis. So with that being said, he's still here. The facts are the facts. He's still here. And until that happens, I will continue to pull for him in any possible way that I can. Now, with that being said, I am aware that he's off to a positive start, if you will, in spring training. But I don't really make much of it. I don't expect him to be the starting left fielder. But when the Yankees do put him out there in left, or he's DHing, or he's platooning, obviously I'm going to support him. Obviously I'm going to have his back because he's a Yankee. You have to look at the now. He's still here. And again, he's someone that I had a lot of high hopes for just a few years ago. When we gave him that extension back in, I don't remember, 2019 or 2020, again, I was very happy about that. So, we'll continue to support him for as long as he's here. But to all Yankee fans out there, please do not think that he's going to be your starting left fielder. He's not going to be starting on opening day. We all know that Oswaldo Cabrera, or Oswaldo, he'll be starting in left come opening day, number 95. And you're going to have guys, like Ortega, this guy and that guy who will be, the utility outfielders, just like last year, when we had Marwin, and those guys. I love our chances. They're going to be fun this year. But I truly believe that, once again, we're going to sign Brian Reynolds by the All-Star break. I'll say it until I'm red in the face. We will sign Reynolds by the All-Star break, and we will beat Houston in the ALCS and the American League Championship Series, and we'll go on to win the World Series, whether, that be, against the Mets, the Braves, the Padres, whomever that may be. But until the Yankees go out there and make a trade for that left fielder, Reynolds, or wherever that may be, we're not going to get past Houston in the ALCS if we cannot make that trade for a left fielder by the All-Star break. But again, guys, I'm very, very confident that Cashman and the rest of the front office will do just that. And We'll be able to take down Houston in the ALCS, the American League Championship Series, make our way to the World Series. And we're number 28, because again, it's been now 14 years since we last done that. All right. With that being said, all right, the Food and Sports Blogger signing out. Thank you all for tuning in. Bye bye.